welcome to another interview by Creative Connections. Today we're going to be interviewing Zeek McKinley, who is currently a freshman trombone performance major at the Cleveland Institute of Music. Thank you so much for being with us, Zeek.
Thank you for having me.
In our very first question, we'd like to go ahead and ask you if you could give us like a 30-second overview about yourself.
Yeah, so I play trombone. I'm also a vocalist. I'm pretty introverted for the most part. I like all types of music. Usually on my free time, I'm either knitting or, I don't know, reading a book or maybe watching like American Dad. So that's what I do on my free time.
That's awesome. So you're at Cleveland Institute, and we were wondering, so that's for our audience, Cleveland Institute of Music is a conservatory, and I would describe it as like the highest level you can go for music education.
Very intense.
And we were wondering what motivated you to attend a conservatory?
I think me going to governor's school motivated me to attend a conservatory because it really pushed me to learn about classical music. And I already wanted to learn about classical music, but it kind of gave me that fuel to push it further. And I knew that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life, and I wanted to have the very best education I could. So I figured, why not a conservatory?
Yeah, that's really awesome. And for some context for our audience, the Governor's School, which he's referring to the Governor's School for the Arts and Humanities in South Carolina, it's basically an arts boarding high school that is public, that is available to all students within the state of South Carolina. And Zeke and I both went there, and Ellis went to a similar institution known as the Fine Arts Center, where she got to study music as well. But that's really awesome that you gained so much out of that program, and that led you to pursue trombone further and pursue this as a career, which is so exciting. Our next question for you sort of deals a little bit more about CIM. So why did you choose to go to the Cleveland Institute of Music? Why CIM?
So when I came up north to start visiting schools, when I visited CIM, something about the environment here was just so welcoming, and they really push you here to be the best you can. And I just knew this was the place for me. Also, I really love that they encourage chamber music, and I definitely want to be a chamber musician when I graduate.
That is so awesome. Kind of going along with that, what made you just decide to major in trombone performance specifically? Because I know you're also a very talented vocalist and just a wonderful musician at large.
So to be completely honest, there's nothing else other than singing, there's nothing else like I just want to do, I've never found any interest in anything else other than trombone. And of course, I didn't really start singing until I got to governor's school. So of course, I was singing a little bit on my own before that, but not really like in any choir or privately trained. But that definitely would have been a second choice. Classical singing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And the fact that trombone is like the one thing that you want to do in life, and it's the one thing that you feel like the most drawn to. That's so awesome. Our next question, we wanted to ask a little bit more about your time at CIM. So what do you think has been one of your most favorite experiences at Cleveland Institute so far?
I would have to say first semester, our trombone quartet performance. Something about the way that made me feel just performing again, because it's been so long. It's really nice to be able to perform with such great musicians, and that just made me feel nothing like before. It was just amazing.
Yeah. That's so special.
I felt somewhat similarly, like the first time I played with other people after being in quarantine, it was with Julia. And it was just the two of us. We were playing through this duet for the first time. It didn't sound too wonderful, but the experience of it was just so magical. I was like, oh, I feel whole again. I feel there's just this warmth that comes with playing with other people. So
yeah.
Oh, it's so special.
Definitely miss that.
So The quartet performance sounds absolutely amazing. I'm so glad you've had that experience. But I imagine that you've also faced challenges with your first semester in college, at Conservatory, during a pandemic. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to share what one of the most difficult or challenging parts of being there so far has been.
Definitely time management. It's really hard to balance the amount of hours you need to practice, the amount of hours you need to study, and mixing that with rehearsals and studio class. It's just hard to kind of find time for yourself.
So yeah, time management is really, really, really difficult in college, especially with everything that you're doing. And I know that everybody sort of has to develop a system for themselves or something that they really rely on to manage their time well. Do you have any kind of strategies or anything that you've used in your time at CIM that's helped you stay on top of things?
Just making sure you're on top of everything. That's really all I can say. And get enough sleep. Please get enough sleep, because that you can't do anything without without enough sleep.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we had so much fun doing these more in-depth questions, and I wish we could keep going with them. But unfortunately, it is time to switch over to some rapid fire questions. So are you ready, Zeke?
I'm ready. Yes.
All right. Can you describe your first semester of college in 3 words for us?
Hectic, stressful, and fun.
What is your favorite Friday night activity?
So there's this restaurant down the street called The Den, and it's basically like a Denny's, like a campus Denny's, and like some of my friends, we would always go there Friday nights, and that would be pretty fun.
What's the best part of living in Cleveland right now?
Walking around, just everything, all of the parks and all of the nice buildings. And then there's the Cleveland Symphony like right down the street. So, hopefully when the pandemic kind of goes down, we can start seeing performances again. But yeah.
What is your go-to restaurant?
There's this restaurant down the street called Everything's Down the Street. Let me start over. Everything is down the street. This one's not really down the street. I keep saying down the street. There's this restaurant downtown called Kinko, and it's kind of like a Subway for sushi, and it's really good. Yeah, you can choose whatever whatever you want to put on your sushi. It's really good. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Really cool. And then this is a pretty hard one, but I know you can do it. Favorite classical piece of all time?
I'm so obsessed with Shostakovich Symphony 7. I'm so obsessed with it. I've never been so obsessed with a piece. Like it started senior year of high school, and it has not stopped. I love that. I love that symphony so much.
Well, it's so good. Such a good piece for sure. Well, that ends our rapid fire questions. We have one last question that I think will be really beneficial to all the people listening and watching. What advice would you give to your younger self, Zeke?
Me personally, I would say really focus on fundamentals, like focus like a lot on fundamentals. So, you can spend most of your time, trying to make beautiful music rather than trying to fix up, some stuff that, it's college. This is the time where you should be focusing on getting better and everything. But me personally, I feel like I should have focused a little bit more on fundamentals and also time management as well.
I think we can all sympathize
with
that.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much again for taking time to talk with us. And I've really enjoyed learning more about your experiences. And I think the audience is really going to love getting to know you. And to our audience, if you have not done so already, make sure to go check out Zeke's Day in the Life, where he takes you through a typical day as a trombone performance major. And feel free to give this video a like and a comment, and subscribe to our channel to get more awesome content. Thank you so much again for watching, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.